Welcome to episode 2 of my 24 or 25 part series on building the DeAgostini studio scale Millennium Falcon. If you're coming in blind, first go watch episode 1, then come back. And if you don't want to do that, the DeAgostini kit is a subscription model, and over the course of 12 or 24 months, each month you get a little piece of the bigger pie, a bit of the full kit. That should be their tagline. And by the end of your subscription, you will have your very own studio scale Empire Strikes Back Millennium Falcon. How cool is that? All right, let's dive right in. And not to throw you off, but I filmed this a few weeks ago, pre-beard. So don't get confused or anything. All right, check it out. On to box 2, which has issues 5 through 8. Now in box 2, we have not only the issues, we have all of our parts. So, and they are well labeled, issue 5, 6, 8, and 7, okay? And you also get your first free gift, which is this pretty cool binder, which allows you to proudly display neatly all of your build magazines. How these actually go in, I might have to Google that one. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. So, let's work on issue 5. So it looks like we now have the corridor going into the cockpit, which is super cool. All right, so first things first. And then in issue 9, they actually give you the battery pack, so you can test this out. I actually might have a battery pack upstairs that I can try this on, but I'm not going to right now. Okay, so that's done. Next, fitting the cockpit instruments. There's the, oh, just pops in right there, okay. Now eventually, all these pieces will be glued in place, but we don't do that just yet. And then assembling the passage tube, which is this bad boy right here. And this piece actually rests. This kit is just so well made. Like, it's worth the price tag in just the quality of the build and instructions. This is just great. All right, so that was issue 5. That was easy. Okay, next. Okay, now we're getting into some more fun stuff. So this one we have instrument panels. Looks like we might have some more stickers to work with. The control levers for the instrument panel. Cockpit exterior, so that iconic snub nose. Oh, and looks like we're starting work on the couch, the bench for the holotable. So this is 6. The cockpit shell is not permanently glued together. They do it that way so you can access the lights if you ever need to service them, which is very smart. this cockpit sucks. Okay. Well, I'm not satisfied how that came out. So hopefully down the line something fixes that. Okay, so we'll put that aside for now. All right, next. Preparing the instrument panels. So we have locate these two ribs. That's done, that's done, that's done. Okay, these are greeblies. All right, these greeblies, we're just going to keep them for later. These go on the exterior of the ship. Greeblies, I think I've talked about greeblies in the past. So greeblies are just all the tiny little details that go on to a model. It could be a ship, it could be a building, it could be anything. Usually these are made up of little bits and bobs from all other types of model kits that are lying around the shop. It's called kit bashing. And so most of the models that were made for A New Hope or Empire or even Return of the Jedi were made out of, you know, a base of whatever, and then a bunch of tank model kits or car model kits or airplane model kits or fighter jet model kits, and taking little pieces from those and just throwing them on to these base models to add character to the kits. And so when you look at the Millennium Falcon, most of the stuff on here came from other model kits. How cool is that? There's even a call out in the magazine that this part in particular comes from the six-wheeled Tyrrell car. These are gearbox casings, and these actually can be found all over the Millennium Falcon. But this is a gearbox casing from a model kit of a car. So there you go. Greeblies, very cool. So we'll put that aside for when we get to the exterior. Next, the control levers. You know the control levers, the cool things in the center console that they pull down when they go jump into hyperspace. This is just a piece of real old-fashioned. I'm not going to completely close it because I'm going to eventually have to take it apart. So, okay, so that was issue 6. We have a piece of the floor, couch, screws. Right. Oh, where does this piece go to? We're going to put together the cushions. So for this, I'm going to use, we need some super glue for this. It says some toothpicks as well. I guess that's to get the super glue into the holes. go. Okay, we're making progress. We are one step closer to having a studio scale Millennium Falcon. The detail in here is pretty spectacular. I can't wait to see it lit up. But we still have one more magazine to go. So let's see what that has in store for us. All kinds of fun stuff. Okay. So this is going to be all the technical station, pretty much the stuff that we have around the hollow chest table. Making the technical station. Oh, we have some more dry brushing to do. Oh, there's the technical station. And there you have it. Box 2 is complete. Moving on to box number 3 and 4, and so on and so forth. So a couple things to point out that I didn't get to cover in the video itself. First, I changed the color of the seats to a muted yellow. I used 1 part yellow to about 10 parts white to get this really nice muted, very light yellow. That's the color of the seats in the film, and so I wanted to kind of carry that over here. I just primed it with Vallejo black. You know me, I love my Vallejo black. And then I airbrushed over with the yellow to give it a nice kind of dirty look to it. I may go back and do some panel lines on the ribbing of the seat, but I'm not entirely sure just yet. So that I did. Something else. This is also in the instruction manual as optional, but the back of the couch over here is exposed. And so I just went through and I took some 2-part Fix-It and filled these in, sanded them down, and then I painted them with I think I painted them light sea gray. Yes, light sea gray. Just to kind of give it a little bit of color there. For the flooring. So I tried making my own panel line wash, and I wasn't satisfied with how it was coming out. So what I ended up doing is I took some semi-gloss black with my airbrush, and I got very close with the airbrush and then kind of sprayed the lines to highlight those. And then I went over the whole thing with a light coat of German gray. And so you can kind of see these dark spots here on the floor. It came out, it didn't come out exactly how I expected it to, but it looks better than the stock paint job. And then I have to come through and then just do some more weathering on the technical panel here. So I didn't cover those in the video, but wanted to point them out here just in case you decide to go that route. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it as always. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you're tackling this project or if you want to see me do some other kinds of projects. I would love to hear about them. Make sure you follow me on the socials like Instagram and Twitter so you can get some behind the scenes photos or previews of projects that are coming to a YouTube near you. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when I upload the next installment of this intergalactic adventure that I am going on. And until next time, stop planning and start making. Thanks, everybody.